Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the show. Art of the City Live is happening right now, and I'm your host, Deanna Jones, and I just so happen to also be the artistic director of Suitcase and Point. Here I am streaming to you from my living room, and I'm hosting, and I'm having a blast, and I'm wearing sequins, and the crowd is going crazy. Hello. Thank you all for joining us, and welcome. Art of the City is a celebration of downtown St. Catharines and shares stories told by local artists from our creative community. This is a collaboration between several local organizations and supported through FedDev Ontario's digital Main Street program. And you can listen, watch, and experience artist stories at lovestc.ca. I stream to you from St. Catharines, Ontario. I'm very close to our downtown core where I live. And this here is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, Wendat peoples, and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nations. This area is part of the Upper Canada Treaties, and the land subject to the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement, an agreement between nations to take care of and share the resources of this land. As a settler on this land and in this place, still a gathering place to many nations, I offer my sincere gratitude to the original caretakers and continued stewards of this land, and to all nations, recorded and unrecorded, since time immemorial. The harm of colonization continues today, and disproportionately harms BIPOC and 2S LGBTQ+ people. While we celebrate the heart of the city and the incredible individuals that make up this community, I encourage us all to think about the land on which we get to live and create and commune, and discover how we can participate in the care of this land and of each other. And while we continue to physically stay apart, I'm humbled by our ability to come together tonight and honored to be able to host a chat with some incredible folks this evening. I want to warn you that we are all streaming to you live from our various places. Some of us right downtown, some of us in Mexico, if you can believe it. So we may have some technical glitches. We've got Holly in the back end. If things go awry, don't worry, we'll be right back at you. So please be patient. Now to start things off, I would like you to please join me in welcoming one of the raddest managers at beloved downtown cafe, Mahtay Cafe. Everyone, it's Graham Shaw. My applause.
Oh, hello, everyone. Good to see you all.
Isn't it great to see everybody? Everyone looks so great together.
Hello.
Hi, Graham. How are you?
Great. I'm great. Lovely to see you. And I'm sure it'll be lovely to see everyone else once we get this chat underway.
Absolutely. Well, you know what, Graham? It's been such a treat to have you here with us tonight, and sort of as part of the beacon of our downtown community at Mahtay Cafe. Through this process, talking to artists from the city, from the community, we talked to tons of them. And, something that really resonates for everyone is how much Mahtay means to the community.
So
just as a place to be where people are gathering for, whether it be study groups, drag brunches, all those things. And of course, now it's maybe not as busy inside, but why don't you tell us a bit about?
So it's funny, what's remarkable, you brought up the drag brunches. Literally March 17th, I believe, of last year, we had our last event, and it was a drag brunch. So the Friday was the 13th. It was like I guess it was the 15th of March last year. We had our final drag brunch. It was super well attended and wonderful. And we've always tried to be like a safe and inclusive space for everybody, whether you be LGBTQ2+ or BIPOC or whatever you identify as. We want you to be safe and welcome. And that's always been a really strong feeling at the cafe. Like you talk about, we are in downtown St. Catharines, and sometimes there's you're engaging with a transient population or a population that's in trouble. And we always try to engage in a healthy way with those communities as well. So yeah, I mean, and then after that, it's like arts and culture, right? Like what are we doing if we don't get to have music and plays and art? And I mean, you know, I went to school for theater. I love it. Chris has always been a huge proponent of the arts. We, you know, trying to support artists is a thing that we feel very strongly about. Then of course pandemic hits and that's a little bit harder, but we still try and do it even when we can't perhaps all be together. You know what I mean?
Well, it's incredible walking in now to see, you know, that wall that was once just plastered in posters from events that were happening around the city or at Mahtay. I mean, you'd walk in, you'd be like, there's so much happening. There's so many posters, and now it's a
grocery wall now.
Store. And it's kind of incredible how you flexed and moved into that direction.
I think the industry term is pivot, and yeah, we've definitely done some serious pivoting over the last year. But as we are fond to say in the cafe, we're grinding away, and we're gonna keep grinding away until you know, we can have everybody back. We miss you guys. You know what I mean? Like 3 events a day sometimes to none. That was hard. I didn't realize I would miss it that much, but we all at the cafe definitely miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we miss it too. And I know there are some artists that we can't wait to bring out to chat with us. And we're all I see you've got some beverages in front of you there.
I do. I figured in honor of the last event being the drag brunch, we would talk about and mix up a little mimosa, a little bit odd at 7 o'clock at night, but still delicious.
I'm ready. I've got a little mini, and the artists backstage are prepared to create their drink as well. So why don't you lead us through?
Is a very complicated cocktail. So
I don't even know where to begin.
Prepare yourselves, okay? So first of all, we have orange juice. I have this beautiful Black River orange juice, which I'm going to shake up. Shake up the orange juice, not the sparkling wine. Orange juice shake, sparkling wine not shake.
Right. That makes sense.
Okay. Now, there's some contention as to whether you put the OJ in first or the sparkling in first. I opened the OJ, so I'm going to put it in first. Like most cocktails, there is some contention about where it was invented, whether it was the Buck Club in 1921, which is a club in the United Kingdom, or the Ritz, which is in Paris. And then someone said that Alfred Hitchcock was the guy who invented it. I think maybe he just made it a famous brunch drink. The difference between the Buck Fizz, which is the version that was invented at the Buck Club, is that it's more wine than orange juice. I'm gonna give it more there. You normally serve it in a champagne flute like you have, but I only have this big boy wine glass, so I'm going to use this wine glass.
Okay, so I'm going to put maybe like half and half. Are you suggesting? Or are you saying?
Literally, that's what a mimosa is. Half and half. 1/2 orange juice classically, but you can do it with other juices.
Yeah.
And I guess technically it's still a mimosa or a riff on the Buck Fizz.
This part is looking a little complicated, Holly. Should we, Holly in the back, should we make Graham a little larger here so we can really see the details of what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, it's very complicated, okay? So there we are, half full. The twist on a Prosecco or a champagne cork, any sparkling wine really, I've got an Italian one here, it's a Ruffino, it's delicious.
I don't have the on this one.
You don't have a twist, but I do.
Yeah.
6 full twists on a champagne cage, and you always want to keep your hand on top of the cork, because sometimes in transit these things can get a little pressurized and you don't want to take out anybody's eye.
Right.
So we keep our hand on top. Now here is an interesting sound. Everybody be quiet. If you ever wondered what an angel farting sounds like, let's see if I can do it. It's this. Ready? That's what an angel farting sounds like.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Right? On high, people would be very, very excited by that sound. Okay. Hey, this is the very technical part. Please be very, very careful.
Okay.
Take the sparkling whatever, and you pour it into the orange juice.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
And not on the table.
In there. So you want to do it kind of slow, right? Otherwise, it's going to fly all over.
You can foam up. That's okay. It's sparkling for a reason. You can even top it up. Now, in my family, this we would call a rich mimosa in that it's got quite a lot of sparkling wine in it. One of the nice things about this cocktail, perhaps why it's drank in the morning sometimes, is that you can change the ratio. Not feeling to have a half a glass of sparkling wine in the morning? All good. You just put less in, top it up with the OJ. You get halfway through this cocktail, guess what? You can add more oranges or you can add more sparkling wine. And that is the mimosa. And what's nicer? You know what I mean? Like you're having a vacation day. You wake up, maybe you had a little bit too much fun the night before. Not that I'm suggesting anyone would ever do that, but you get up, it's 10, it's sunny, it's nice, and you have a little refreshing fruit juice and sparkling wine beverage. You can do a non-alcoholic version. It's just club soda and orange juice, which is what my mom said was orange pop, but it's not.
You're like, well, my friend's orange pop tastes different than
yeah,
this.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Well, thank you, Graham. And I feel like this is a perfect time. We can all do a big old cheers because we have some incredible guests waiting to come.
We're actually doing these coming up for Juliette Dunn and Peter Shea for one of their upcoming events next week.
Like Niagara Jazz Fest. Oh, great.
Yeah. So check it out. Get online.
Will do. Okay, well, let's get these other artists out here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, come on, let's get the crowd a-pumping for Jermaine Marshall, Rachel Rhoades, and Federico Vega. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
How'd your drinks come together back there?
Fede didn't get one.
Well, I did get mine, but
nice.
The same.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thanks to all of you for joining us here tonight. It's so great to just kind of have a live combo with some super great people. And I'm not sure if those of you at home have listened to any of the Art of the City audio and the videos that we've been putting out, but there's been some incredible stories shared. And I want to give a chance to introduce everyone. And I thought maybe why don't we go around, you can introduce yourselves. Jermaine, why don't you tell us a bit about who you are and your art, your artistry.
Hi everyone, my name is Jermaine Marshall, he, him, they, them pronoun, and I am, a proud queer Jamaican singer, vocalist, and poet. My art seeks to sort of explore the dynamic contours of lived pain and joy that comes from living within a society that oftentimes seeks to destroy you. My songs and my poetry weave a tapestry of the experience of violence, but also joy, and trying to find one's place in the world and kind of have fun along the way.
Yes, it's incredible. I know, I'm thinking about it. I mean, have Rachel and Federico, we're going to throw to you too. Let's go to you now because you worked on a project together. We kind of met you both at the same time as part of this. Why don't you tell us about who you are, how you met, and what you did when you met?
Sure. Okay, I'll kick it off. So I'm Rachel Rhoades, she, her pronouns. I'm an assistant professor right now of applied theater at Brock University, and I've had the honor of working in collaboration with the Niagara Folk Arts Multicultural Center on a number of projects. When I first came in as a professor, I met up with their staff, and they were doing an initiative on creating a more inclusive space for 2S LGBTQ plus members of the community. And so we partnered with Folk Arts and with Pride Niagara to interview a number of newcomers and refugees in the 2S LGBTQ plus community with my class of third years. And so then I met Fede. Which is a joy. I don't know if you want to take it away now.
Yeah, so we met in this project, which lead to another one and probably another one, but COVID got us messed up, and we needed to we didn't know what was going on, but we bonded together so quickly and so beautifully, and we started going through everything and expressing ourselves with all the heart open. And it was really beautiful. I am from Mexico, and nice weather here, thank God. um, and yeah, I really enjoy expressing my experiences to help other people. That's my main tool that I use. Just share and be open to everyone who needs any sort of help, and I have experience with it. I can just say what I went through and what I did, and maybe you can take out of something about that. So yeah.
Well, it's so wonderful and generous of you and your spirit. Like just even listening back to the tapes, I feel that energy from you. It's just incredible. And a little context for those of you at home with this project, there was a sort of an interview process. So Fede, you provided some information, some of your own story to the process of this performance.
Yes.
That was shared with the Folk Arts Multicultural Center community.
Yeah, so that was the first project, which I didn't know what was I doing the first time. I was like, one of my best friends, he was like, hey, so yeah, they're interviewing LGBTQ plus community that are from here and some internationals. Do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, sure. I wasn't doing the interview, but at the end, like I think there was like a space open or something, and I'm like, yeah, like let's do it. Like I was not prepared for that, and I just let myself go. Like I flew with it, and I loved it. Like I think that was one of my best therapies, to be honest, just to be able to express it and actually express it and don't be hurt about it.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Well, I know the two of you, and this is new, Fede, for you as well, and we'll come back and have a chat about. But you're going to share a bit from the performance, and this will be your first time sort of performing in a way your own contribution to what other people perform. So
exactly.
we're really lucky to see this. We'll take it away.
Okay.
So I'll just contextualize it. So we did interviews with, I don't know, maybe like 12 folks, and created a script based on all those interviews. So a lot of what you're going to hear is actually verbatim, the exact words that were used in some of the interviews. And I think there's snippets of Fede's interviews in here somewhere, but it's an amalgamation of a bunch of different people's experiences that we created the script from. So I hope you enjoy it.
Okay. Okay, bless her heart, but coming out to my mother was a roller coaster. When I first told her, she said,
"Go see a priest. That's a sin. You must tell the whole school. They should know what you are."
God loves everyone, but still, I was bullied, and it was verbal, it was physical. Next, my mom said,
"Go see a psychiatrist. You're just confused. You're just wrong."
All of this hate. It made me realize how right was I. I was gay. I was stay true to who I am. Next, my mother told me,
"I'm trying, but you have to understand how hard it is. And don't tell your father. His heart is weak. Who knows what this would do to him?"
When I told my cousin, she wanted to support me as much as she could.
"I'll talk to my brothers, and we'll do whatever we can to help you. We don't want you to have to handle this alone. We'll help you to get your mom to understand."
Things changed for my mom after that. When I told her I planned to go to Canada, where I could be accepted for who I am, she said,
"If this is the reason why you're leaving everything, please don't go. It's hard for me, but I will support you. We will find a way to deal with this."
I could see behind her face a heart full of love, like every human on earth. But I had already made up my mind.
We learned from our mistakes. We love who we love. Personally, I couldn't accept myself. I didn't tell anyone, and I was filled with self-hate. I struggled with drugs, and I was unkind to so many people. I was hurt. Hurt people. I kept everything inside until I accidentally walked into a pride event here in St. Catharines. I got involved slowly, did some volunteering, just listen to people's stories. I remember this one Sudanese man told his story, how he even ended up in the hospital. And he ended by saying, "Only the bravest conquer the best." His story inspired me to have courage.
For me, a major turning point was realizing I accepted myself, and then I got self-love I always needed. Plus, I found an accepting church here, and now I have a therapist for my mental health and not a psychiatrist trying to cure my sexuality.
You're all about being yourself. No apologies. Other people see you and they see that they can be themselves too.
My best advice to you is how do they put in, all right? Don't beat yourself up. Start by looking into the future of fearlessness and fabulousness.
Yeah.
Amazing. That was great.
Thank you, guys.
Fearlessness and fabulousness. Thank you so much for sharing that. That must have been, did you just?
Yes, I did.
That must have just been so incredible to witness at Folk Arts. And I know that you didn't get a chance to see the whole thing, Fede, but thank you so much for sharing today with us. How lucky are we?
Yeah, I feel stoked right now. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and that scene took place in Mahtay's, by the way. That was where we set the final scene. The final scene that they go into the space and they're like, and welcome to Mahtay's, where you can be who you want to be. So congrats to you big time.
Part of the jam. I realize I'm the only one with no pronouns next to my name. He, him. Sorry about that.
Hey, thank you.
No worries.
Did anyone in the scene, was anyone in the background playing Graham or any of the folks?
Yeah, who did you cast as me? I'd like to know.
We did. Gwen. Our student Gwen.
Amazing.
Totally, the barista.
I know it sounds like you guys also worked a lot while you were at Mahtay. Like you sit at Mahtay to work on this and to discuss what was happening and those sorts of things.
That was our after our break. We would usually go to Mahtay's to have our in-depth conversation.
Not usually, always.
Yeah.
Everyone, but always.
We always said we were the hardest working cafe in the world, not because we were working hard, but because the number of people there working on stuff was remarkable. It'd be like 70 people writing novels and plays and music and all that. It's lovely to have that kind of creativity in the space. It just makes you feel good.
That leads me to think of the open mic nights, which I know Jermaine you're a huge part of, kind of almost weekly. I wonder if you'd share with us your how you got introduced to these Mahtay open mic nights and what it means to you.
Oh, I would love to. Actually, those open mic nights, they were in a lot of ways my therapeutic release. I had been in Canada for about a year, and I'm a very busybody. I get very busy with work and with school and with jobs, and I had found that a lot of my artistic passions were dying. And so I went downtown one day and, I was just kind of walking around and, I'd asked about what kind of musical based stuff happens on a regular basis. And I had heard, there's this nice cafe and they have an open mic night. And so I went to Mahtay that night, that Thursday night, just to sort of see, what's going on. And I entered into my first open mic night, and to kind of say what had happened there, it was a very unique experience because it was something that almost ended up preventing me from coming back, if not for somebody who had stepped in at an incident that had arisen. Someone on stage had said something very problematic, and I had looked around the room to sort of see, I'm the only sort of person of color there that night, and I was kind of feeling very self-conscious. And this girl who I met not 30 minutes ago, who she and I had just been chatting it out, really hitting it off, she was up on stage next, and the minute she went on stage, she, put down her guitar to sort of spend 5 to 10 minutes saying how not okay that was, and, really calling it out. And that's how I kind of knew that, this is a good space for me. This is somewhere I can kind of go and feel comfortable, because the crowd, was like, no, she's correct, that support there. And I've been going every single Thursday without missing one, whether it's, I have to run from lecture to go, or, I have to go super late or go super early and leave early. I always made it a priority to be there, to share and to build the artistry and to build that connection and community. So it has a very special place in my heart.
Oh, that's great. I'm going to let Mike Price know that. You know Mike, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be touched by that story. And I'm sorry you had that experience. I hope that person apologized.
Oh, they were dealt with.
Great. 1000% great.
That's like a story, like a tough start, but I'm so glad that happened, and that that person was there, and that then it turns into this. You also shared with us this beautiful story. Got me so like just yearning for nights out, but the way you just described to us in our interview a few weeks ago, just the ideal night out and going to Mahtay and doing the open mic, and then the lights come on and people start bustling. I could just feel it and smell it, and grabbing a pizza and doing some karaoke. It was just, anyway, I still live off that. I think about that every day. Like, it's going to come again.
It's so hard.
Thank you for sharing that great story, Jermaine. And I know you've also prepared a little performance for us this evening, a little something. So why don't we throw it over for Jermaine? Take it away, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And this song is one that's been a bit of my motto, my mantra for the past couple of months. I've been really, since coming to Canada, breaking out of a lot of my shells and just sort of being, what was it that Federico said? Fabulously me. And this song is one that truly resonates with that motto of full, fabulous Eunice. I hope you all enjoy. Mirror, mirror on the wall, don't say 'cause I'm cute. Louis down to my drawers, LV all on my shoes. I be dripping so much sauce, got a chick looking like ragu. Lit up like a crystal ball, that's cool, baby, so is you. That's how I roll. If I'm shining, everybody gotta shine. I was born like this, don't even gotta try. I'm like Chardonnay, get better over time. Heard you say I'm not the baddest boy, you lie. It ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Gotta blame it on the goose, gotta blame it on my juice, baby. It ain't my fault that I'm out here making news. I'm the pudding in the proof, gotta blame it on my juice. Come on, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, blame it on my juice. Blame it on my juice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 blame it on my juice. Blame it on my juice. No, I'm not a snack at all. Look, baby, I'm the whole damn meal. Baby, you ain't being slick. Don't dare try to cop a feel. The juice ain't worth the squeeze if the juice don't look like this. Hold up, brother, please don't make me have to take your chick. That's how I roll. If I'm shining, everybody gotta shine. I was born like this, don't even gotta try. I'm like Chardonnay, get better over time. Heard you say I'm not the baddest boy, stop lying. It ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Gotta blame it on the goose, gotta blame it on my juice, baby. It ain't my fault that I'm out here making news. I'm the pudding in the proof, gotta blame it on my juice. Come on, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, blame it on my juice. Blame it on my juice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, blame it on my juice. Blame it on my juice. Somebody come get this man. I think he got lost in my DMs. In my DMs, direct messaging. Oh, you better come get your man. I think you wanna be way more than friends. More than friends. It ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Gotta blame it on the goose, gotta blame it on my juice, baby. It ain't my fault that I'm out here making news. I'm the pudding in the proof, gotta blame it on my juice. Come on, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, blame it on my juice. Blame it on my juice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Blame it on my juice.
Woo! Woo! This is so fun. Can we do this every night?
I mean, seriously, I'm like sitting there like,
This is great. That was awesome.
Thank you, Jermaine. That was
Seeing it
fantastic.
is much better, though.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
Truly.
Yeah, so good, man. That was amazing.
Oh yeah, folks are
Voice is
loving it.
gorgeous.
Oh. What was that, Rachel?
Oh, I just said you have a gorgeous voice.
Yes.
Thank you. And if you want to hear more, follow me at jmarsh_music. Shameless plug.
Oh, no. Good. More. It's
Also
fine.
have a few poems and just some written stuff on there as well.
So great. All of you, thank you so much for sharing. It's thinking about, when we get back into that open mic room and we get to, but I'm so grateful that tonight we get to be here and still feel all of your incredible energy. I feel like, a little power up goes up when this happens. I'm like, I've just got a little bit more. Thank you. And we've got some trivia. This is a moment. Some downtown St. Catharines trivia. Those of you in the audience, are you all ready for this? Because it's time. Do you like that? Everyone love that card? That little woo-hoo. Okay. Great vibe there. Okay, I'm going to share with you some questions. And those of you here, guests tonight, you're welcome to riff. But this is for our audience. And we're going to have 3 trivia questions. What's that, Graham?
Don't give the answer.
Don't give the answer. I mean, you might have. I mean, I think most of them it's not going to be too hard. But here's how it works. We've got 3 downtown gift card packs with a value of $100. So each question, if you know the answer, you're going to shoot the answer into the Suitcase and Point YouTube or Facebook chat. It has to be through Suitcase. So if you're on your Aunt Mary's thing she shared or something, you got to be right here with us on the Suitcase page. That way we'll see your answer. And the first correct answer will win. And we've got Holly in the background. She's going to take a little screenshot of the first right answer as it comes through. And here we go. Ready? Maybe we should play that. I know it's already 7:30, but we should play that trivia thing one more time, Holly. I think it's fun.
Do it. Yeah.
Get right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Question number 1. This should be fairly easy, I think. Salem Chapel, British Methodist Episcopal Church, prides itself for having this incredible person once a member. A, Frederick Douglass. B, Harriet Tubman. C, John Simcoe. Or D, Sojourner Truth. I'm seeing a winner here. Let me just double check with the back here. Yes.
I saw that one. Yeah, I think
This is going to Maud Rostang. You get a $100 gift card.
Yay, Maud.
So we ask, that was great job, Maud. The first one has been won. And those of you who do win, including you, Maud, you're going to email Holly at suitcaseandpoint.com and put in the subject, I'm just making this up, put in the subject, I won. And we'll double check. And we've got the screenshot. Congrats, Maud. Who's ready for question number 2? You guys didn't even get to chat about that. It was so easy. This one's a bit mathematical. Okay.
Okay.
And right on to Harriet Tubman. That's amazing. What is the distance of St. Paul Street between Ontario Street and Geneva Street? Okay, so I'm going to give you some options here. This is between Ontario and Geneva in meters. A, 750 meters. B, 850 meters. C, 1,000 meters. Or D, 1,250 meters. They're very close here. So if anyone's got a laser, if you're downtown right now.
Got a big tape measure.
Oh, I'm seeing a correct answer. Just going to go to the back end here, make sure my colleague, yes.
Look at that.
Josh Mishner, it is 850 meters. Are you guys happy to know this information?
How do you know that? I've walked that a number of times, but how do you know that? I don't.
That's right. Well, congratulations, Josh. Next time you do walk down St. Paul Street, you can count the meters while you shop with $100 value.
Josh, are you a city planner? Do you work for the city of St. Catharines? I bet.
Okay, we've got our final question of the night. I feel like I wish I could do like a Regis thing, but I do have this sequence on, so it's helpful. Here we go. Question 3. What downtown restaurant offers a cheeseburger and a hamburger at the same price? No extra for the cheese. You've got A, Cully's, B, The Office Tap and Grill, C, Kwang Chow, or D, Merchant Ale House. Same price for a cheeseburger or a hamburger. A, Cully's, B, The Office, D, Kwang Chow. Sorry, C, Kwang Chow. Uh-oh, no, things are getting crazy. Or D, the Merchant Ale House.
Did anyone get it yet?
Anyone have any?
I mean, we got a lot of answers, guys.
No one's got it that I see.
I know what it is. Best deal in town, yeah.
It's a process of elimination here. I mean, is anyone? It's a nice topic of conversation while we're waiting. Does anyone eat hamburgers, veggie burgers? Do you prefer with cheese, without cheese?
That's a good
I do my cheeseburger without cheese on normally.
Oh, I've got it. Now, I'm going to shoot
More
back
cheese and burger.
Yeah.
More cheese and burger.
Good. Nice. Okay, I'm seeing the right answer. They're pouring in the C's here.
These are there, but
I know Josh will understand. I forgot to mention you can't win twice in a row. So this one's going to Emma Lee Fleury.
Hey,
Your cheeseburger or hamburger. And thank you, Josh, for your understanding. You shot that scene, but I forgot to mention.
You can get in and out there with a beer and a burger for like $10 with the tip. It's awesome. Not just Chinese food. Just saying, it's delicious.
And it's delicious Chinese food. And you know what? This is another little bit of trivia for those. Linda Evangelista had a photo shoot in Kwang Chow. They've got that wild.
I know, right?
Paper in the back. This beautiful, like, I don't know what the type. It's like kind of that fuzzy wallpaper that's all ornate. Gorgeous shots.
Yeah,
it's true, Cassie.
It's cool. Look it up. It's a really cool shoot too. I've seen that one a couple of times.
Amazing. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Jermaine. Thank you, Federico. Thank you, Rachel and Graham, for hanging out with me and all of us tonight and sharing some more of yourselves. We've got more Art of the City. Just go to lovestc.ca and you can find all things including the bios of these incredible people that are joining us tonight, and where you can find more on them and their Instagram and websites and all that sort of information, and a bunch of other great artists and more things to listen to. I also want to thank a huge thanks to Naomi and Chance at Blanc Creative, and to Adrian and Rick and Kristen at Foregrounds Media for working with us on those incredible videos and audio pieces that they've been putting together with us.
That intro was fun, yeah.
They're just so beautiful, and all these fun animations part of this show tonight. So thank you to everyone. Of course, we also want to thank the Government of Canada, Innovate Niagara, Digital Main Street, the City of St. Catharines, and the St. Catharines Downtown Association for partnering with us and for allowing us to come up with these fun prizes. Thank you all in the audience for joining us tonight. We'll be back next Wednesday at 7 with Sammy Jackson and Ian Lidstone, and we'll be talking about the music scene in downtown St. C. and other things. We'll see what else happens, and more trivia and more prizes. So woo! Thanks again. Have a wonderful night.
Thanks, guys. Nice to see all of you again.
You too.
Wonderful to see you.
Have a good evening.